bet I could change the odds for every bookmaker in the country.
Tell them to bring me my money.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money. Money, money, money.
Dollar, dollar.
What's up, everybody? Hey, the Gritty Gamblers are back in the building. Football is back. Let's go. Football is back. Parlay is back.
We got
Hey.
Parlay hyping up the Hall of Fame game right now.
But I'm not going to lie, I got no plays for tonight because there's
That's
no
why I was like, why are you hyping it? I know you don't got no plays
quarterbacks.
for the game.
Hey, you got to hype it up a little bit, bro. Hey,
No.
no quarterbacks. Hey, give them a little bit of taste. I drafted a fantasy team today, so you know I had a little taste, a little action.
Oh boy.
But I was trying to find a touchdown bet for us tonight, but I cannot find it to save our
You
lives.
can't be betting preseason, bro. It's rigged. It's even more rigged than the normal NFL.
Yeah, I ain't touching it.
Come on, man. But how you doing, Parlay? You doing good?
Yeah, we're doing good. What about you?
Doing pretty good on this Thursday, man. Middle of the week flotation, man. We got Olympics coming up, getting hot right now. U.S. starting to win some more medals. Me and you was talking about.
I think
We was talking about early in the week though. We just can't wrap up some of these golds, but also a lot of our events hadn't started yet. Now our events are starting to come up. Now we starting to get more golds.
we got 9 golds now. We were talking. We have 4. Simone has a chance. Katie Ledecky has the most medals all time for a woman. Simone Biles,
It's right behind her.
can break that.
Think about this: the two
She has like one
greatest.
more competition. She can get gold in and.
Let me
break
put it to you this way: the two greatest
And then
women,
break it again.
the two greatest women Olympians, maybe of all time, are in the same generation that we are living in. Isn't that crazy?
It's crazy.
Simone Biles is the greatest gymnast
They-
that the U.S. has
They
ever
don't
seen.
schedule these events based on
Popularity.
America, bro, and like popularity. Yeah, like they need to schedule these events for like 5 o'clock. Like
They put them in like the middle, but you also have to understand they're playing in Europe, so the time
yeah,
difference is
no,
big.
it's a big time difference.
They can't really do them at 5 o'clock over here. But that's why what the NBC Universal is smart with is they're showing a lot of the reruns at those time periods for the U.S. viewers.
Yeah, which is
So-
good.
So the U.S. still get to
But
see it.
it also kind of jams you because you're like sitting there. You gotta. I've noticed you gotta watch. You gotta make sure it says live if it's live.
Oh yeah, you mean if you want to bet on the game?
Nah, like if you're just watching it and you're like, because I know we were watching games in Spaces and someone was like, USA versus Serbia. And I was like, huh? They're playing again? And then I was like, oh, no, that's a rerun. But yeah, it's cool though having all these sports, and there is weird shooting that they do.
Hey, man, shout out the Turkish brother, man. You see the Turkish brother?
Is that the one that's like this? Like,
No, the one with no eye gear, nothing, no two hands, to stand there straight up like this, with his hand in his pocket.
I see. Wait, I might have
Silver
seen
medalist, silver
I might have
medalist.
seen that one. I might have seen that
He
one.
ended up getting silver medal. He ain't got no eye gear, no glove, nothing like that. He just put the
one
pistol
I
out,
seen
bang.
you though, the one I seen you though with the spy gear, with that one thing, like the
Bro,
double.
all the Turkish guy ops all had the spy gear except for the Turkish guy. He just walk up there with pistol and hand in the pocket. He said he's
Hey,
a real
that's how you
shooter.
medal. That's
He
how
said
you
he's a
medal.
real shooter.
I'm a real shooter. I did that one time when I was a kid. Hey, when I was a kid, we were doing like shooting stuff. Like we had 410s, we had pistols. Hey, and I took that pistol, bro. I was like, "Hey, can I shoot it like this?" They're like, "Yeah, you ain't gonna hit nothing." I hit that thing right in the bullseye, son. I said, "I'm a shooter." I went crazy. I was like, "Yeah." Everyone's like shaking their heads. I'm like, "Yeah."
Oh yeah, man. But speaking of Team USA, you brought them up. Hey, they had another good game versus South Sudan, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you, our point still stands.
Jason Tatum jammed me, and I'm glad I didn't put it in. I'm glad I looked at it. I was like, "Oh,
Bro, wasn't I kind of skeptical when you asked me right before?
I couldn't find it anywhere, so I was like, well, I'll just take that as
It's a sign.
like 10 points. It was plus 280.
And now you know why it was plus 280.
I wanted it.
Brother
I
had
was
less
thinking-
points.
I would have taken 5 and missed by 1 and been pissed.
Bro, the MB and Tatum agendas right now are hilarious with their fan bases
B
going
got
back and forth.
benched.
I mean, honestly,
Send them
we
back to
have such a
France.
good team. As long as LeBron and KD are getting all their minutes, I don't care about the rest of the team.
LeBron be looking nice. KD's looking nice too, but LeBron be looking nice.
It's the other way around, to be honest with you, my guy.
He running the point, bro. He doing everything out there, bro.
KD walks out even in the 5, bro. Seeing these teams trying to score with
He's
KD
doing
in the
his
paint was
thing,
hilarious.
But LeBron is running the team. He's running the show.
Bro, KD shot 100% from the field and led the team in scoring
Off the
in game 1
bench,
of the
though.
Olympics.
Off the bench.
There's a
My
reason he's
man,
coming off the bench. He
LeBron
was
ain't off
hurt.
the bench now. My
Bro,
man
KD
LeBron ain't off the bench.
Bro, KD was hurt, and he's a different. He doesn't have an ego like Bron. He don't mind doing that stuff. He's done it when he came back from injury all the time in the NBA.
Point guard. We're talking point guard, not
Hey,
not shooting
we're
guard.
talking about the 2 best players in the league, though. Where that man Steph Curry at? Huh?
Ain't nowhere to be found. I saw something funny. I saw a funny little thing. It was like Steph Curry in the Olympics, and it was some bougie Steph Curry, bro. And he was making shots, but he was like jumping like from like the 3-point line. And he would jump like 10 feet, and like his legs would be like in mid range shot. Like by the time he landed, I was like, bro, crazy. He kept making them. I gotta find his in it too, bro. It was so funny. And he's just like his teeth all messed up. He's like, woohoo.
Halliburton finally got some minutes.
Hey, Hallie.
Derek White, I don't know if he finished the game, but he looked really good on the USA team right now, man. Him and Drew Holiday as those like tough guards.
He's a dog, bro.
Yeah, Drew. I mean, Derek was also hitting them wide open threes yesterday.
Derek White's a dog.
Bam was a killer yesterday.
Dog.
Whew.
Ron
I mean,
dog. Katie
you know
dog.
you know, we play PR on Saturday. We play Puerto Rico.
Ooh, they suck. Jose Calvarado, bro, trash. 2 points.
Brother, you don't know the full story. You want me to tell you why? Because the first game they played South Sudan, bro, he had 20 at a half. Yes, they fell victim to Bounty Gate hoops.
Bounty Gate hoops.
Bro,
Hey, all I know is that South Sudan team, you don't fuck with them, bro.
that's what I'm saying, bro.
You see them show up to the Olympics? You see what they were
Bro,
wearing?
that's what I'm saying, bro. They're all black Air Forces half
All
the time.
by
Bro.
everything, man. It was,
Bro,
and
Lil
that
Dane
dude
got them boys stepping.
jacket, like on his shoulders. I was like, yeah, you ain't messing with these boys.
Lil Dane got them boys stepping. They're
With the
physical
white glasses,
and
the one
athletic,
dude with
man.
The white glasses. Like,
But
yeah.
no, to tell you about Alvarado, he got hurt at the end of the first half of that game versus South Sudan. He like twisted his ankle kind of pretty bad, and he finished the game, but like he was barely walking. And like Tremont Waters, who their other best player is, literally fell to the ground and hit his head at the beginning of the beginning of the second half. Right after that, so their 2 best players pretty much are knocked up going into not knocked up. They're not pregnant, but they're injured, banged up, and coming into their game versus Serbia, and they proceed to lose by 50.
50.
Yeah, Jokic goes winning stupid, man. And like you said, Alvarado and Waters went like 3 of 13. It just wasn't a good experience for them. Now they gotta play the U.S. dog. Holy man, they just about to put Drew Holiday on Alvarado and then Derek White on Waters and be like, the rest of y'all cook.
Oh, did you see Justin Herbert got hurt today?
Yeah, they said he should be back before game 1.
Yeah, 2 weeks.
What was I gonna say? Nah, but one thing is key is we've been pretty good at predicting finals, and like we're pretty good at predicting these late tight matchups in some of these tournaments recently. When it comes to basketball, soccer, even recently, I truly do think the gold medal game will be Canada versus the USA. I think France is overhyped in their home country. I know they get some crazy home cooking, but that Japan game was scary. Canada's not playing like that bad. Canada's stepping up. You saw what they did versus Australia, another top 5 team in the world. They handled them. Won by double digits. I really do think, this tournament's going to come down to Canada and Canada and the USA. Serbia is actually a better in my opinion, if there's markets on this, if you can bet on France not to medal, I don't think that's a bad bet. I truly don't. With Serbia, Canada, the USA, even potentially Australia, there's teams in there that can compete with France. France's guard play is terrible this year. I'm being serious. They do not have the guard play to compete.
That is true.
Canada doesn't have the bigs, but their guard play and their wings are so good that they're going to be able to keep up with a lot of teams, including the U.S. Like Canada's like one of the only other teams that has like almost a full NBA roster. Like Canadian basketball is elevated, man, completely elevated. There's a reason I think they won the World Cup last year, if I'm not right. It was them or Germany, one of the two. I think Germany actually, but yeah, Canada, can't sleep on them.
Speaking of Canada, cheaters. I don't know if you heard about this.
Do you want me to tell the story? Are you talking about their soccer team?
Yeah, I'm talking about DroneGate.
Yeah, let's get into it. So, speaking of, we were gonna get into U.S. women's soccer anyway, so let's just cover U.S. women's soccer first, and we'll cover Canada's scandal as a whole. So, U.S. women's soccer, this is the youngest team we've sent to any of these tournaments in the past couple of years, and these girls are fighting, man. They're showing heart. We haven't dropped the game yet. They're scoring goals. These young players are showing that they got tons of talent, man. The one thing you like about what's up?
I gotta remember that the one thing before you do women's soccer, women's rugby, we medaled bronze
Hey,
off a last second like
I
run.
saw the score. Yeah.
Pretty
Nah,
cool.
Shout out. But
And
one
the
thing I like-
Ilona Mayer girl has gotten like
Oh, yeah, I saw that girl.
100,000
Yeah.
to like 2 million followers. Bro.
Because, bro, the stuff she's doing
She's
is crazy.
hilarious though. She's hilarious. Her whole family's hilarious.
That's
And they've
funny.
been hanging out with the Kelseys.
Word.
Yeah, it's pretty
That's
funny. It's funny stuff.
Nah, but one thing I like to give credit is the reason that the U.S. women's team is actually in a much better spot right now than people give it credit for is because the U.S. on the women's side have done a really good job in the past few years of developing the National Women's Soccer League,
Yeah.
the NWSL. So a lot of these players play in the NWSL. There's only one player or two players in the squad that play in like Europe, if I'm not mistaken, which you see that as a bad thing in the men's game, but in the women's game, it's a great thing because we have the support system here for our league to be strong. Some of these players that are on this team are playing on teams, especially the older ones outside, have played outside in Europe. Now, to be honest with you, this is the type of tournament that might get some of these players bought into Europe because they were young, they got drafted in the system, like Sophie Smith, Trinity Rodman. They got drafted by their NWSL teams to those teams. So, yeah, no, U.S. soccer looks good. Strong win versus Australia. A little controversy in that win because the VAR wasn't working, but hey, we'll take the win. I'm going to be honest, the U.S. looks like they could easily medal and potentially win gold in this tournament. So the U.S. women looking very, very strong. But back to what you brought up, Canada's case with the Olympics is actually kind of very, very saddening and disheartening. Because, I mean, if you can look at it both ways. If you look at it from like the Canadian perspective, there's two sides of it from even their perspective. There's the Canadians that like they want the justice to be for the competition because no matter them winning the Olympic medal or not, they care more about the competition and they want to see that result. I've actually seen that from a lot of Canadians. There's also another side of it where the Canadians are just going to have the normal reaction of being, why are we tarnishing one of our greatest Olympic achievements as a country? Because it's true, it really is. Like the gold medal that they won in Tokyo was one of the truly greatest sporting achievements for their country. It is, and when you think about it, if they were using drones to cheat like they did in Japan, my opinion is you strip the medal. But I know not too many people aren't going to want to do that. But that's my opinion. You strip the medal. None of this stuff they just did. Now they already gave them a punishment,
a year ban, a fine, I think, and like
she'll probably end up getting fired. The coach. You know how bad you know why? But here's the thing, though. It's not even on the coach, bro. You know who this really is? This is an FA problem, a football association problem, because their men's team did this in the. Did you hear the story about what happened in 2019?
No, I just know this happened since 2017.
Bro, their men's team in 2019 flew drones over our practices once.
Yeah.
The USA's before a game, and they came and played us, bro. They still lost 4-1. Like, that's what I'm getting at. Like, they've been doing. It's not just this coach. Like that's why like I'm not putting it on this. She might get fired as a puppet fire, but it's not just on this coach. And but like she's agreed to use him. She's involved. She's not at fault. You know what I'm saying? She is
Yeah.
at fault. She's part of it. But it's not just her. This is a greater Canadian FA problem. They've been doing it on both sides. The person who cleaned up the FA, you know what's funny? Guess who cleaned up the men's team's issues that you don't hear about this in the men's team because they don't do this stuff? An American.
Hey.
Jesse Marsh, man, one of the coaches, man. You know Jesse Marsh?
Nah, I don't think so.
He coached in Germany, and then he coached in England, not for their teams, but for different clubs. He coached for Leeds, he coached for RB Leipzig, and now he's coaching the Canadian national team.
He coached for Leeds. Shout out Tommy. Okay.
So yeah,
Oh, listen.
Jesse Marsh has cleaned up, and
This
he got
jersey,
them.
this jersey looks fire. The one that says fire on it. I guess it's the Chicago Fire.
Oh yeah, that used to be one of the bigger teams in the MLS. They're not as good anymore, but
They got a sick uni. Yeah,
but
but they have some cool ones too. All right, Mom. I got sidetracked.
you're good. But we're gonna see, man. We're gonna see. I did want to highlight. Moving on from Olympics recap, I did want to highlight a trend I noticed in the League Cups. I told you I was gonna be tracking the League Cup betting, and we're gonna have some League Cup plays in a couple minutes here soon. Once I start going down the list of what some of these plays I got today, but. In the League's Cup, one thing I've noticed is the Liga MX teams, the Mexican League teams, are not trying to win anymore, bro. They don't care about this tournament. They're playing second team players. They're sending bench players. MLS teams at one point were 9-1 to open the tournament. So, with that trend, we're following the trend tonight. And I'm going to tell you two in the leans right now we're looking at. Now, to be honest with you, it might be too late. You might only want to grab one of them. FC Cincinnati opened at around -170. They are up to a -280 now. So there's probably no value on adding them unless you're going to put them in a parlay, which I did this morning when I bet them, and I got them at a better price because I wasn't getting them at 250 like 280 like it is now. They're one of the best teams in the MLS playing a Liga MX side that's probably not going to start its players. So, yeah, not really too much to say there. I really do like that lean. I like Real Salt Lake. It's a much better option to bet on as it's around -145. The problem is they got up to as high as -165 earlier today. So it's kind of tough. It had slight movement back down, but it's still higher than when it opened. So I'm going to ride with Real Salt Lake. It's a similar position to that it's a similar position to what we're betting on in the FC Cincinnati game, that they're both playing against sides that aren't really going to be going at their best to try to win. I did bet on a MLS game from the League Cup, which was going to be a slight tight game, a Portland Timbers matchup. I like the Portland Timbers. So when you combine all three of those, I got them at +305 this morning. They're each about three-way, so you kind of have to make sure they win in 90 minutes because there is no draws in this tournament. There will be a winner, but if it goes past 90 minutes and goes to penalties, you know how books are. They're going to count that as a draw bet, technically, even though a winner was decided. So
Yeah,
you have
that's
to
weak.
look out for stuff out like that.
That's weak. That's weak.
Oh, and I might as well get this off the chest now because the game already started. I do also have the Braves and the Cubs tonight.
Okay. I got nothing.
Yeah, I got the Braves and the Cubs tonight because the Braves game already started. Both teams have solid movement. That's the trend I've been going with recently, is just following the movement. Not really the betting lines or like the handles, the movement specifically. That's what I've done with baseball recently. With baseball, movement is key. If you have good movement, for some reason you're going to be doing pretty well. Every once in a while you're going to lose a bet like that. But prime example, if I'm going to be pulling up the games like the Padres since the All-Star break, they're one of the hottest teams in the league. As much as I don't like the Mets, they're one of the hottest teams in the league out of June. They're like 30. They've won 30 games since the beginning of June. Who did Trent bet on? The Braves?
The Bears.
Oh, he's betting on football. It don't even matter.
That movement is terrible. Yeah, movement.
Holy. But I did want to bring up the Padres and the Dodgers because they start two series versus trash teams. One's playing the Oakland A's, and the other one is playing. Let me pull it up right here. And then you have one's playing the Oakland A's, the other one's playing the Rockies. So that's gonna be decent matchups for both of them. They're gonna be fighting for the NL West for the rest of the season right now. So that's something I'm gonna be tracking throughout the rest of the season.
All right. Nice.
Damn it! The Royals are up 3-0. That's a missed opportunity. I didn't touch them. I was going
Royals
to.
hot.
Huh? Royals been hot, but they didn't have really that solid of movement on the road today. At least this morning they didn't. Oh, let's go. Charlie Morton got out the jam. Bang bang.
Bang bang.
Y'all got Jose. Y'all got Jorge Soler hitting leadoff now, bro.
Hey, bro.
Eddie Rosario back on the team now. You're welcome. We sent him to y'all.
Hey, we got our guys back. That's all I care.
That's all I care.
We got Jorge Soler. That ball still ain't landed, son.
He said that ball still ain't landed.
They out there looking for it on Mars right now. That ball went into space and it never came back.
All right, man. So we about to get in some UFC coverage now, man. You ready for this UFC fight card this weekend?
Who we got fighting this weekend?
We got a couple good fights, man. We got Tony Ferguson and his swan song, bro. Do you see the? Yeah, do me a favor.
Tony Ferguson's done.
Bro, you know how much his opponent is favored? You know what the odds on his opponent are? Michael Chiesa is minus 700 to win.
I was gonna say 6. But...
It's ridiculous, bro. It's crazy. I mean, at that point, I'm like, damn, man. What if Tony lands a spark knockout or something, bro? That's crazy. Chiesa's not like that, like he's good. Don't get me wrong, but I've seen Chiesa get bitched. Bro, I remember one time that man was dominating a fight or like dominating a position of the fight versus Kevin Holland, and Kevin Holland just slipped and got him in a choke, and he had the tap, or I got him in an armbar or something like that. Chiesa was so pissed that he had the tap because he was like, I was winning that fight, man.
So, all right. I gotta ask you a question in a little bit. We're gonna have to circle back to some Olympic basketball for tomorrow.
Oh yeah, we do. We got some Olympic basketball and soccer and like in general stuff to swoop back to in a second. But I did want to just bring this up because I will be talking about Leon Edwards in a couple minutes. I will be getting some stuff off my chest. There's some stuff I have to say. But before that, let's be positive and cover the card this week before we cover what happened and dot back down to Saturday night last week. Also, probably my favorite fight of the card is the main event. But let me ask you this. You see the Sandhagen, you see the main event, Umar Nurmagomedov, I think it's Khabib's brother or cousin, one of the two, versus Corey Sandhagen.
Nah.
So, in my opinion, Sandhagen is undervalued in this fight. He's sitting at like plus 220, plus 205. Umar's great, don't get me wrong, but the books are overrating the grappling in this exchange. You can't necessarily overrate grappling, but that's what they're relying on here. I'm not saying Corey can't grapple, but he's a much better technical striker. And Umar can strike too, but he's also a good grappler. Now, this fight is in Abu Dhabi, so that's probably another reason why he's a slight favorite, because he's on home turf, Nurmagomedov in this situation. However, I think Sandhagen's one of the best 135ers in the world, man, and I truly think he has the technical skills in this situation, almost like to fraud check him. Like, I'm not saying Umar's a fraud in the slightest, but that's what this scenario would be if Umar lost. It's a fraud check, because if Umar wins as a favorite, he's supposed to be getting a title shot next. So he's supposed to think about this, bro. What did they feed your boy O'Malley to him? How would you feel? Have you seen Umar yet, bro? You wouldn't like it. It's not anything about him personally. It's just that he dominated him and tried to wrestle him half the time. Like Marab about to do.
Patty can knock people out too now.
Oh, this is a different level. I was talking about O'Malley.
O'Malley? Oh, Sean? Yeah. Oh, I didn't hear you say that, my bad.
You go. No, yeah. If
I just heard my guy.
Yeah,
Patty?
If Umar, oh yeah, we can talk about Patty after we cover Leon in a second, cause I got an interesting take for you on that. But, yeah, Umar and Sandhagen, very technical. I'm excited for the very technical fight. Very technical fight. And then my lock of the card is looking like it's gonna be Davison Figueiredo versus Chito Vera. Figueiredo's, and I think this is moving up to his first fight at 135, or is his second fight at 135, one of the two. Chito Vera coming off not knockout. He went the full rounds, but 5-round fight versus Sean O'Malley for the title just a couple months back. Quicker turnaround. Bro, I'm gonna be honest with you. Chito Vera's a warrior, but I think he'll get subbed in this fight probably. I'm not. Figueiredo's a beast, bro. Former 125-pound champion, moving up to 135. Have more weight on him now. Have more power. Yeah, I'm leaning Figueiredo. He's gonna probably end up being my lock of the card, probably. And now with me saying that, oh boy, oh.
You know what action figure that is?
No, but
You never seen Small Soldiers?
But they look identical, man. That's fucked up.
It's the monster from Small Soldiers.
Oh snap, that's funny.
You gotta check that movie out, bro. That movie's hilarious. It's about these soldiers it's about these toys that come to life. They like try to kill this family.
Alright, but speaking of locks of the card, man, they messed up my locks of the card streak parlay, man. I was going about 2 months deep. 2.5 months. There was a couple months here where like almost 10 cards deep, we wasn't missing a lock. And we finally missed it on the main event of the last damn pay-per-view. I can't tell you how mad. I overreacted watching that fight in the moment. I'm not going to lie. In the Leon Edwards, Bilal Muhammad fight, I was like, Bilal's a sport ruiner. But to be honest with you, I've gotten over it. Here's the thing. I can at least be quite honest and say that I was just mad I had money on the fight and it didn't go my way. That's why I was reacting in that moment. But the truth is, Leon we kind of overhyped Leon. People fell in love with what happened in the last round of the Usman fight. And I'm not saying he wasn't a good champion, but bro, we've known for years that his grappling defensively is solid, and he can do a couple things, but he's not like a grapple machine like a couple of these guys like Usman and Muhammad Bilal. Like Bilal, yeah, that's what he does, man. He grapples, and he has a gas tank for days, and that's what happened. He ran, chased him. Bilal chased him down, bro. He chased Leon down, and it was a sight to behold, and in a horrible way. And you have Leon's coach trying to give him the pep talk at the end of the 4th round. They're like, come on, knock him Spark out! Knock him Spark out! Because he kind of
Muhammad said that he was going to destroy him in a little talk that they did like before the fight, because he was saying basically if your coach in your corner has to hype you up for a fight, then you ain't gonna beat him.
Nah, I'm gonna tell you this.
Because he basically said he ain't no dog.
Bilal, if this is true, the opponent he announced to fight in a couple of months, Bilal, I gotta give credit. He's a dog because you remember we've talked about Shavkat on this show before. You remember the undefeated guy at 170?
Yeah.
Shavkat's I think he's from Kazakhstan or something like that. Bro, complete warrior. Shavkat Romanov, bro, complete warrior, undefeated. He's finished every single fight. He's never gone to a decision, Shavkat. He's finished every single fight. And Bilal said that he's probably going to defend his title against Shavkat in a couple months. And I'm like, oh, yeah, that's pure dog. If you're calling that out on a couple months turnaround, you're not just going home, sitting at home, man. You're trying to fight and defend and earn the respect, man. I can't hate on the man for doing that, no matter how mad I was that I lost money on him fighting against Leon, man. I thought Leon's striking should have been faster, but Bilal was just as fast as Leon, bro. It was scary. But also on that card, like we talked about on Monday, man, your boy Patty got that win. Less about the fight from Saturday and more about who he called out, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
I didn't hear it.
Bro, he called out Money Moicano, bro. Money Moicano, I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, look up Renato Moicano. You can look up Money Moicano or his real name is Renato. But Renato Moicano has been probably in my top 5 most favorite fighters in the past 2-3 years. Ever since he found his new fan base and started doing his podcast, he's just a funny ass Brazilian, man. Funny ass
Oh, he's a
Brazilian.
podcast guy.
Bro, he does some podcasts too. Yeah, but like everybody likes Moicano, bro. You can't not like Moicano.
Yeah, he gonna knock this dude out.
Bro, you know what the problem is though?
He gonna knock him out just like he knocked out Tony Ferguson.
Moicano is probably the scariest jiu-jitsu guy at 155 pounds. That's the one thing. So it's not like he can't knock him out. Like Moicano, he's not like a world beater, but you catch him on the ground in the wrong position, kind of like what happened to Bobby Green versus Patty. You know what I mean? If you catch him on the ground in the wrong position, bro, he'll get choked out. Because he's a true, like, high-level Brazilian jiu-jitsu grappler.
I like
and
it.
he has the striking and all that, too. But
It's a knockout fight, in my opinion.
I'll tell you this. I think Moicano has a similar fan base right now to, in terms of popularity, to Patty right now. They have different.
Ain't nobody got a fan base like Patty.
All right, he does. That's not the point. My point of what I'm trying to say is that
But he had the whole arena. Fucking
bro,
chant.
if we send Moicano to Brazil, he'll probably get the same type of love.
Patty.
But at the same time, this is my point. 3 out of Moicano's last 4 losses are knockout losses, so you can stop him. But at the same time, all of his wins recently have been submissions, and they're all the same submission. He's the scariest rear naked choke guy in the business. Like, if he gets you into an RNC, you're not getting it. If you let him get you in those positions to get you there, yeah, bro, it's not fun. But he let a washed Rafael dos Anjos beat him up 2 years ago, so it is what it is.
I like it. Oh,
Yeah, Moicano's about 35 himself, so he's not even. He's kind of old, but he's not. You know what I mean? Like, he's not like a prospect. He's a veteran. But yeah, I like that fight for both fighters because they both have. Patty has good jiu-jitsu to great jiu-jitsu, and then yeah, Moicano's jiu-jitsu is just great. So that'd be a very technical fight. I think it might be boring though because they might both try to keep it on the ground, or at least one of them was, and maybe keep it off the ground, and it might get boring like that because then it's gonna be fake strikes. Because whenever grapplers who are trying to keep it off the ground doing that fake striking, man, it looks sloppy, and I mean sometimes you get a knockout, yeah, but sometimes it just lands to a boring decision. So that's something you gotta look out for.
I think it's funny when they're up on a wall and they just like.
Nah, it's funny when they start doing foot stomping.
Foot stomping?
Yeah, when they start stomping on the guy's foot, like you're holding him against the cage, you just start stomping on his feet for point scoring. Usman was the worst at it, bro.
It's all
Usman
for points, bro. It's
it.
all for points.
Usman was the
It's
worst
just,
at it, bro.
like,
Bro,
you
why do you
sit
think
there,
why
that
do you
girl,
think-
the OnlyFans girl, she won, and she was doing that. She was just sitting there like this.
Oh, bro. Speaking of, I don't know. I don't think he's on OnlyFans now, but one of the more attractive, one of the more attractive UFC fighters is fighting this weekend, and Mackenzie Dern. She is fighting in I think the 3rd from the top fight. I almost put her in the notes, but I ain't really know too much about her opponent. I did see that Mackenzie Dern is favorited. She always gives a fun fight for the crowd. Her fights her heart out, blood, sweat, and tears. Shows up looking beautiful. Shows out with blood, bruises all down her face. So shout out Mackenzie Dern. Did want to give her credit, but I just didn't know too much about her opponent to really give a take on the fight.
Bet. Big bets.
That's what they said. But snap. You wanna? I think that's it for UFC. So you wanna wrap back up to Olympics?
Yeah, we can do that.
All right. So you said you had a couple questions for Olympic basketball.
Yeah, Brazil -2.5. Thoughts?
Who are they
Versus
playing?
Japan.
Japan scrappy dog.
All right. Australia -4.5 versus Greece.
Yeah, take it. Australia is lethal. Yeah. What you on that guy, man?
Who's Jock Landale?
He plays on the Suns. Oh, he did last year. He gets
2
rebounds.
and a half assists.
Potentially. Yeah. I mean, Patty Mills is their go-to guy.
RJ Barrett over 24 and a half points and rebounds. Seems like a lot.
I think he was their leading scorer last game because Jamal Murray's coming off the bench now.
All right.
That Brazil line's interesting, though, bro.
Then Dennis Schroeder over 17 and a half points.
I'd take it, bro. I love Dennis the Menace when he's playing for Germany.
I was thinking the same thing on Dennis.
I love
Yeah,
him
I'm
when
going
he
to
plays
do
for Germany.
Dennis and Australia.
Sounds solid. Sounds solid, yeah, for sure.
Put it in right now.
Okay.
If I can find it. Greece and Australia.
But
But what are you going to say about that Brazil line?
the thing that's interesting is Brazil has a. Oh my gosh,
Ooh, they're minus
Connor.
6 and a half now. Australia.
Who?
Australia's
Yeah,
minus
Australia's line's already moving, probably, bro. Yeah, like when you said it was 4.5, the reason I said yeah kind of quickly, even though it's Giannis, because it sounds too low. But yeah.
Conor McGregor just lost his license.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, that's why I said Connor.
6.5 though seems good, right?
Yeah, it should be solid. I mean, Australia is probably just easily.
They blew out a team when I bet against them last time, so I'm gonna bet on them.
Australia is easily proven their top 5 ranking right now, in my opinion.
And then what's his name plays for Germany or Belgium?
Dennis Schroeder.
Yeah, he plays for Germany.
Yeah.
He doesn't play for Belgium.
No, he's the Germany like best player. Like when it comes to them.
Germany. I
It's
thought he
him and
was.
the Wagner
I thought he
brothers.
was from Belgium. Over 18 and a half.
It was just at 17.5, so that means you had a good movement, right? Because didn't you say it was at 17.5 a second ago?
Yeah, earlier today.
See, that's good movement.
Plus 220 for both. Should I put Brazil on it or no?
Well, no. I was saying that's an interesting line because Brazil has veterans, but at the end of the day, if Rudy Hachimura is playing, bro, Japan almost beat France, bro.
Rui balling like that?
Rudy had 25, and he got ejected with 25.
Well, he ain't be. Is he good for this game?
I think he is. Maybe that's what the line's messed up over. That's why I don't know. That's why I said it's interesting. That's why I was gonna. My final thought would be to stay off it because it's too close. But Brazil is scrappy. They could win that. They don't have like a ton of NBA guys, but they could play.
One second. I'm seeing if he's.
Braves up 3-0.
Let's go. Chop on.
Bro, Austin Riley hit a home run in the first, and then Ozuna hit one. Olsen hit one on 2. Let's go.
Let's go. Yuki Kawamura over 2.5 threes.
I think that's the guy that they had playing with Rui because they had another guy that had like 20 something too in that France game. Bro, you know who they had on their bench?
Who?
Who was the one homie that was at like Wisconsin that was hooping in college basketball?
Wisconsin.
You remember who I was talking about? Kasegi or something like that. Let me if I see the name in a second. Huh?
I said Kaminsky.
No. Oh my gosh.
Oh, he made 3 3-pointers last game, and 6 and 3 before that. Yeah.
You said, "Oh yeah, he has my vote." Tominaga, remember Tominaga?
Tominaga.
The guy who was shooting all those threes? And cried when they lost in the tournament.
I don't remember that. Oh, plus 500 now. I know that though.
Oh my gosh. Shameless. Zero shame.
Plus 500, baby. Plus 500 is very nice.
Oh, snap. Oh, I did want to give a quick highlight on this for the Olympic soccer that's coming back tomorrow morning. Team USA draws Morocco in the men's quarterfinals. This is probably going to be the end of our tournament, unfortunately. Morocco's one of the more talented teams, and they sent their big guns. It's fucked up, man. They sent their 2 best players.
We're done.
But, and like, mind you, the 2 best players off a team that made the Final Four of the World Cup 2 years ago. 2 of the best players.
Oh, you know what's weird about USA's golf team?
What?
We had a European designer for our uniforms.
Didn't Scotty Scheffler win?
I don't know. We had a European designer.
Hey, man. Hey.
That's,
So what?
You didn't do that?
Brother, we got
Nike's
LeBron
right
playing
there.
on. Brother, we have LeBron playing our team. Anything's possible. LeBron.
I'm not talking about basketball. Golf.
LeBron.
Put Nike
LeBron.
on the damn shit.
LeBron.
Hey, what's up? I don't know her name. I can't say it.
But and
LeBron
bro,
James.
you want me to show you a crazy clip to end the? Go on Twitter and look up Marta red card, man. We're gonna see this. I don't know if you saw this, but this is how one of the Brazilian World Marta red card. You could probably find it on YouTube. You might not even have to find it on Twitter, but bro, this is how one of the best women's players in the history of the sport career is probably about to end. On the international stage, at least. If you follow the red card.
She puts me inside the head.
Yeah, you see it?
All right, 1 second.
Brazilian captain, legend, Marta, in probably your last international game, I think. Yeah, sad. Like, both teams were, like, sad to, like, say, like, oh. Like, they were sad to do that. Yeah, look at this. Ah! Cleated her in the side of the head. I mean, luckily not too much injury.
But bro, she like stuck her head down there.
Bro, you cannot put your feet that high on no matter occasion. Bro, her foot's above her waist.
Bro, I've seen somebody with one of those backwards scissor kicks, whatever the hell it's called.
Also, the second thing is she went for the ball. The one who went for the ball first went with her head first.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. She went with her head, so she's like bending down.
My point is, she went in first before Marta started. Her leg came up. Look at that.
You can't stop that, bro.
Well, that's
you gotta remember this.
You get kicked for that 10 times out of 10 times. Every time that's a red card. Automatic red card.
Slow motion. So
automatic red card. Automatic.
Yeah. The caption says there's nothing you can do about it, but like,
yeah.
Sucks for Marta, but it's a clear red.
Yeah, clear.
Yeah. I mean.
So I just wanted to show that to show like the vicious end for poor Marta's career for that situation. Now, in Olympic men's soccer, I tell you this: Argentina tomorrow, it might be game of the whole tournament because you have the France probably gonna get home cooking at home versus Argentina, who's one of the better squad teams, but they're just not playing cohesive ball right now. They're really not. Morocco showed that when they beat them in the beginning of the group stages. So Spain looks solid versus Japan. France looks solid versus Argentina. And I hope the USA can beat Morocco, but I won't be surprised if they do. But yeah, that's just about it for Olympics parlay. You got anything else?
Nah.
Okay, man. With that being said, a little longer for a Thursday, man, but we'll be back again on Monday with another episode about this long with y'all again, man. Peace out, deuces, and enjoy the weekend. That's Parlay.
That's Matt.
Deuces.
and we'd agree to gambling.
Where I bet I could change the odds for every bookmaker in the country.
Tell them to bring me my money.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes